What's going down, baby? It's your boy, that guy MileHigh, tuning back in for another Kush Coughfee Morning Show. Yay! Where's those little clappy things, bro? Yay! Woo! Yeah. Today is January 5th. This is day 2 of our journey, man. Welcome back, Eric. How you doing, bro?
All right, man. How you feeling this morning?
I'm good. I'm tired. You know, yesterday was a long day. We were just talking about that. It was the first of many. Yes. So
I feel good though, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited, honestly. Like the response that I got off the first uploads yesterday, were really positive.
Good.
So I appreciate everybody out there watching. You know what I'm saying? Keep watching, keep sharing, keep doing what you do. And just so you know, if you are a listener rather than like someone who wants to watch the visuals, I did make sure to upload the audios to like Spotify. It's on Anchor, which is like a podcast little like upload situation thing. And then there's one other one too that I'm drawing a blank on, but it's a podcast streaming situation that I'll put all that stuff in the description this time. But anyways, how you guys doing today? Man, like I'm excited. We got a whole lot of things planned this year. And I was sitting here looking at this little article situation, or not article, but I was on Leafly. Just looking at some random news stuff because they actually have some really cool news stuff on here. And one thing that caught my attention was this strain of the year. And I was like, strain of the year? That's so subjective. Yeah, like that's so like I feel like that's so subjective to just like the person. Like we all have a different, strain of the year. I feel like how do you
judge that? Like,
right? Exactly. How do you definitively come up with this one is the one of the year? And I did kind of just go through and read it just to kind of figure that out because I was really confused. And basically what Leafly did is they took a combination of like the amount of times it was searched, the amount of times that it was uploaded to be like a available product at a dispensary, and a few other little things. Basically just like a few key factors to like why it could be the best strain of the year.
Okay. I don't know.
Right. I was like,
I don't know.
Okay. But what do you think that strain is, man? What do you think 2020 strain of the year was?
It's got to be like a tropical cookies or something. I've seen cookies everywhere, tropical cookies everywhere.
You're close. It's a part of the cookies umbrella, but it's not like,
okay.
I don't think it's definitively a cookie strain.
Is it GP, Gary Payton?
Nope. Think of his other brands.
There's so many. The Blanco?
Nope. You're close.
I'm drawing a blank with all
What's
of them.
the other one that you've heard over?
Oh, Cheetah Piss. I've heard Cheetah Piss. That one's...
I'm going to just tell you, bro.
Let's hear it.
Runts.
Run.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, I hear it in every record damn near.
Right, right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Burner owns Runts too. It's like his hybrid line, and then he has the cookies, which is like more of the indica stuff. Got Runts, which is more of like the hybrid stuff, and then you got Lemonade, which is more of like the sativa stuff. Right. So, but yeah, Runts. Apparently, it's still in the scene. And I was like, okay, well, if that's the number one strain, what did they deem came after that? And they have an article for that too. So I went and clicked on that, and I'll just run you through like the next, the next few. GMO cookies. Number 2, which is fire.
Yeah,
I actually, and I fucks with Runts too. Like I won't flex and be like, oh, I don't like Runts. Like that doesn't deserve it, because Runts actually does. It's good. I'm actually smoking a Runts Cross right now.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I got that. I'm smoking that slaps again. But garlic, it does taste like garlic. The GMO. But GMO cookies, it was number 2. We got ice cream cake.
Okay.
Number 3.
Yep. Seeing
and
that
actually,
everywhere.
Wait, wasn't I just reading this? Isn't there a sticker right?
That sure is.
There's the ice cream. Oh, this is the ice cream man.
Oh, ice cream man. Okay.
Yeah, this one. It's close. Close. Not the same. But anyways, we got ice cream cake. We got Slurricane.
Slurricane. Okay.
Slurricane. That's one that I haven't tried. I thought
that was just E40's joint.
Right. Yeah. I was just about to say, I thought that was just a 40 from the 40 water. You know what I mean? But yeah. Original glue. So that Gorilla Glue is still, you know what I'm saying?
One of my favorites.
Yeah, doing its thing. It's still one of those heavy hitters, obviously. Yeah. And I would agree. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of it anymore, just because I think we kind of played it out really fast.
It's almost like a blue dream.
I'm about to say it was one of those ones that we overgrew and oversold, and everyone wanted
Everybody
it.
had it.
Yeah, so for sure. But I definitely see why that one's on there. And then we got the Miracle Alien Cookies. I like Mac.
Yeah, I fuck with Mac.
Yeah, Mac is good. Over at Crystal Leaves, they have a G Mac, which is the GMO in the Mac. Bruh.
I'm interested already.
Bruh. That is gas. And that was the last of like the little list or whatever. That's like the top, like 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever we said.
Those weren't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I when I kind of saw it, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Like, I was really skeptical at what they were going to like throw up there. I mean, granted, I think some of these strains were kind of like givens. It wasn't like a super hard, like without data, you could have been like, yeah, Runs is one of the top strains.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Without data, you could have probably been like GMO is one of them ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Gorilla Glue kind of surprised me just because of how old it is.
Exactly. I wasn't expecting to hear that at all.
Yeah, you don't see it too often. Like I know a lot of dispensaries have kind of like, steered away from it just because of the all the new genetics, all the new fun things that are out these days. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But anyways, enough of that. That just caught my attention, and I was like, that's very interesting. But, man, I just want to say shout out to Illinois, all right? Shout out to Illinois. And some of y'all are like, why are you shouting out Illinois, bro? Because yesterday was a big day for them, man. They finally did their expunge of 500,000 cannabis convictions. And I want to say when I read through the article, basically the way it kind of broke down was about just over 400,000 of these people had their convictions taken off of their records. So most of those people were probably already, served their time or, maybe on probation or, they were already kind of living their lives, but this, charge was looming over the head and whatnot and probably stopping them from being able to do certain things. So this being able to be taken off of their record is a fantastic, wonderful thing.
It's a move.
Yeah, man. And then roughly just under 10,000 people got like the whole, whatchamacallit, what do they call that? What's that word? Hold on, now I gotta go find it.
Not expunged.
No, pardons. There it is. Yeah,
That's right.
So 9,201. Bruh, that's some high shit. I just said that number all wrong. 9,210 low-level cannabis convictions were pardoned. So that's dope. So those people were probably even like going through it.
On probation, locked up, all that. Yep.
Going through it. And then you had, like I said, 492,000. So the rest of those 500,000 pretty much that were non-felony cannabis, related arrest records that were erased. So that's fire. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be more because the way that I was taking this at the end of it is they basically were saying that arrest records from certain counties have already been expunged, but there's still remaining counties to be done. Okay. And they have until 2025 to be, to get that all out. So, some of those counties are probably going to like drag ass, but
wait till the last day.
Bro, no, sure. It's not yet. We got time. Yeah. Real slow process. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that was super dope, man. Like, you hear a lot about these, expungement, situations or programs or whatever when these states are decriminalizing or legalizing, and then you just kind of don't hear of
what's going on.
Yeah, like anything after, exactly. Right? And then when you do hear, it ends up being a whole lot less than what was anticipated. Right. Whereas this one seems like there was a lot of people that were like, generally affected in a positive way by this whole Illinois one. Because I don't think I've seen, and then granted, like I said, I don't sit there and go and like, oh my God, look at numbers and, read articles all day, every day. So I'm sure there's a handful and a bunch that I've missed. But this one seems super legit as far as like, we're going to go ahead and put this in place. This is our goal, is to go ahead and, help people.
Yes.
And boom, it actually kind of happened. Like, it wasn't like the whole bunch of stipulations and hula hoops and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, rings of fire and shit that you got to do backflips through and shit. Yeah. I'm not an acrobat, motherfucker. Yeah, so I thought that was super dope, man.
Yeah, shout out to Illinois for that. Man.
Yeah, that's probably the most fire situation that I seen this week. I know it's only Tuesday, but
I love it.
It's the best part of the week so far.
Yes, the rest of the states need to wake up.
Yeah, wake up. Come on, it's coming though. I think. When do you think federal legalization is going to happen,
bro? I think it's going to take a minute, but I don't think it's going to be too long because it's been in and out. It
Right.
makes it so far, and they always deny it.
It's the furthest that it's ever been right now.
Oh, really? Okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm behind then. I didn't hear about all this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope soon, bro. Like, because it's gonna change.
Yep. I'm predicting by like 2023
Okay.
that
2
it's
years?
2
Yep.
years. I think in 2 years it's likely that we should see like a full on legalization. And I think it's going to take at least 5 for all the states to start to really get on board
Right.
and like figure shit out. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's probably going to take even a few more years after that before it's completely fully implemented
Right.
across the country.
So I got a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think you'll start seeing like packs of cannabis cigarettes, so to speak,
Oh, facts.
inside of like Walmarts
Facts,
and
one day.
King Supers and all this shit?
Yep, I think
that's
so.
good. That's what's gonna trip me out.
You want to
seeing
know?
that shit?
And the reason why I say that is a bunch of people are like, what? No, it won't. Why not? Why? Why would that happen?
Mm-hmm.
This is why. This is what happened. In my opinion, there's a lot of people who don't realize that a lot of the big entities outside of our industry are involved in our industry.
Right.
So like Marlboro,
Low key.
yeah, like Marlboro has a license for cannabis,
Oh,
and they've
shit.
had one for a while. Like
Yeah.
they've been peeping game.
They're sitting.
Yeah,
they're waiting.
like there's been articles, you can look this up, like a year or 2 years ago, that they were clearing space in like some of their tobacco fields in other countries, building
damn.
greenhouses and shit, like preemptively getting ready.
No shit.
Like they're not just waiting for a federal situation, but like a full on like, all right, cool. Once the United States does it, the world's gonna pretty much do it. Like,
right.
so I feel like that's what they're waiting on and why they haven't got involved. But if you go peep their advertising and like when they do talk about the weed stuff or the cannabis stuff, they had a whole little article about their weed cigarettes.
Okay.
And I mean, why wouldn't you think that they would be able to have the power
Right,
to
to
put
do
it into
something like that.
Walmart
Exactly.
or into your gas stations or whatever? Like they
Exactly.
already have the shelf space, the relationships. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like it's possible.
Very.
So yeah, when that will happen, I have no idea. But will that happen? I 100% like think that will happen for
Yeah.
sure. And then even like the beer industry or the alcohol industry, they're involved. You
Right.
know, like
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
even like the weed infused or cannabis infused beers you have now,
Right.
that are on the market now. I know one of them for sure was actually a collaboration with the dude who made Blue Moon.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That's
so and I can't remember the name of the actual one. I'll have to find it, and I'll let you guys know. But there's one that it tastes just like a Blue Moon, but there's no alcohol in it. Just get high.
I love
It's
it.
like 10 milligrams or something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's, a little single serving. But yeah, so like there's a lot of big entities that are involved. I mean, big pharma, we all know that. So when you kind of like put that into perspective, the realisticness of this becoming that much more socially accepted to be in your grocery stores or your Walmarts and whatnot, I think is definitely a possibility. I mean, you can go buy alcohol and beer now in
At the corner store,
the
right?
gas
Yeah,
stations
hell yeah.
and
it
tobacco.
ain't 3-2 no more.
Right. Full strength.
Yeah.
And you've been able to, do that with tobacco products and whatnot. So once this kind of reaches that same pedestal of acceptance as alcohol and tobacco has,
It'll be
it would be in there.
I believe it too.
Yeah. Like there's no reason for it not to at
Right.
this point. Like, that's all I have to say to that. No reason for it not to be in there. So yeah. But shout out to everybody out there, man, who's watching. I want to take the time to really just, let you guys know that I really appreciate you transitioning with me in this journey and this new phase of, my life and my whole social media influencer journey, if you will. Shout out to all the sponsors, High Grade and Crystal Leaves and, Habana Extracts, Cuban Crew, everybody who is working with me, the content creation studio where I'm at now, where everybody's like, yo, the setup is fire. Shout out to them. So yeah, this is gonna be something that I'm gonna do every day, at least 5 days a week. We're gonna have a great time doing it. So if you guys have topics that you want to talk about, by all means, leave them in the comments. I'm reading those. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get you guys engaged. If you got ideas for shows, I'm down to hear that too. You know what I'm saying? Or even for interviews or whatever. I'm down to hear all these ideas because would be something cool to maybe incorporate you guys' ideas into it so that you feel like you're a part of this growth. And from there, we're just going to have a good time. Consistency is key. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to get back to it, be consistent, and make shit happen. So, yeah. Yeah, and then also that I was thinking about it, too, because I was sitting there looking for, like, stuff to talk about, and I was like, this is, like, I could just pick random shit, but it'd be way more fun if I'm talking about what the people want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's not on an exact live situation, it's live.
Right.
And I was like, I like that idea. We need to do that because that's fire. So yeah, but I don't have a whole lot to talk about, man. What do you want to talk about? I was kind of tired this morning, so I got up 15 minutes later than I normally would have.
Really?
And that 15 minutes makes a huge difference when you try to do, bro. You know what I'm saying, too much shit in the morning.
Hell yeah.
And you don't have enough time to do it now.
Right.
Because in the morning, like, guys,
makes it stressful.
Yeah, like I like to, like, yesterday morning, like, I got up and in the process of, like, getting ready, you know, and taking the dog out, I was, you know, sitting there scrolling through articles and reading and, you know what I mean, doing my whole thing. And then I was like, today, I was like, I don't have time to do that. I can't do that on the phone, or, you know, I'm driving, so shit. I guess we're just gonna go in and wing it.
Freestyle. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. So I was like, yeah, it'll be all right. What is your favorite strain that you've ever smoked, man?
Okay, I got one. My favorite strain ever that I've ever smoked is probably Snowcap from.
Oh, I've actually smoked that.
Snowcap from Silverstem.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Silverstem.
Shout out to Silverstem. I used to go there all the time. The Quincy store.
Yep.
I was there damn near every day.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Snowcap. That's the one that it's kind of lemony, isn't it?
Yes.
If I remember.
Yes,
yeah,
it is. Yes, it's a really, really strong sativa too.
Yep.
Super
I've smoked
strong.
it.
Real racy. It'll fuck you up.
That. Yeah, I remember that. I've smoked it. That was actually one of the ones that I would get, because when I would go do the videos for them, I did like a bunch of store tours, and basically like either I would go in by myself and just do this whole little tour, talk to the managers, whatever,
right?
Or my girl would come in and film us, and we would do the same thing, but. They would, depending on where the store was, I had just like negotiated payment by flower.
That's right. Yeah.
So unless it was like one of those super far ones, then, we would do like a 50-50 situation. So like money and that, like gas and then payment. But yeah, I was cool with it because I need more weed. So I would just have them break down an ounce for me. And Snowcap was one of the ones that I would get pretty regularly, I'm pretty sure. Because I know I've had it a few times from them specifically. I think that's the only place I've ever had it.
Yep, that's the only place I've ever seen it is Silverstem. Yeah.
Now I think about it, I think I've only ever seen it there. And then what was the other one? They had another one that I really liked. Man, it's probably been a couple months since I've been there, but well, longer than a couple months. Shit, it's probably been like a good year now at this point since I've been.
Maybe in last February, I think the last time I went.
Yep.
I gotta go pull up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to too because I know there was a couple strains that I was like. I dug.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There's a few that I can't remember off the top of my head, but Snowcap is the one that definitely changed my life.
He said changed my life. My favorite strain is Tropicana Cookies.
Yeah.
If I had to say my 2020, yeah, there we go. We just we'll bring it full circle
sir.
back to the 2020 strain of the year. But yeah, I would have to say from the Cuban crew. They have this Tropicana Cookies cut. It's the mountain cut. I forgot exactly the breeder's name, and that's my fault. But shout out to him because it's fire as fuck.
Yes.
And the way that the Cuban crew grows it and cures it and shit, by far, it's like this tropical punch, like orange juice, citrusy, like you just don't even understand. Like it's just so many fruits,
so many flavors.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, but it's amazing. And it's like one of those strains, it's like a love-hate relationship with people. Okay. Like people either love it or they hate it.
Right, because it's too much for them.
Because the terp profile is so crazy. And that's exactly what people say. Like like for instance, some of the people at the dispensary, when I go buy it, they know like it's my shit.
Yes.
Like they talk shit to me every time. Bro, that shit is so gross. You want that Tropicana, don't you? Like, yes, sir. Yeah. I am exquisite. What you talking about? But yeah, everybody at the dispensary that doesn't like it, they all have the same consensus of just like, yo, like it's good, but like it's too much.
Yeah.
Like it hurts your throat, it smacks you. Like I'm like, bro,
that's what you need.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want it to be so funky that it's just like you hitting your
punches you for real.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, it's
so is that what you look for when you go shopping?
Hell yeah. Like my biggest thing, that's something. Okay, that's a. I like that little segue there, brother. I like that segue, sir. Yeah, when I used to go, or when I go into the dispensaries, I literally look for what I like.
Yep.
What attracts me to that certain strain, and it's got to just hit my 3 boxes, right? Like it's got to hit your bag appeal. So it's got the eyes. It's got to
It's got to look good.
You look good, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sex appeal.
You got to look good. You got to catch my attention.
Yeah. And once it's done that, then before when we could smell it, and it was a little bit more easy to smell.
Right.
It's got to hit
damn
that
glass.
Yeah, it's got to hit that smell test. You know what I'm saying? So once it hit those 2 things, then I'll go home and smoke it. And if it hits that 3rd thing, which is, the high that I was hoping for, and we're lit, and I'll continue to keep smoking it. But as long as it hits those first 2, I'll buy it. And that's just what I used to tell people, because when I used to be a bud tender and have to like guide people to their experience, whatever, it used to be super hard. And it was almost annoying, if you will, to have to like try to answer people's questions and they weren't trying to do their own research.
Right. They want to know everything right then.
Yeah. And not even just that, but like they wanted you to just be like, whatever you said, it needed to do what it needed to be the answer. Right. There was no room for error with a lot of people. And so I used to start the conversations, or I got to a point where I would just start the conversations off with, it's not what I think, it's what you think.
Right.
So what are you right?
Yeah.
So what are you looking for? What kind of smells do you like? What kind of flavors do you like? Like these things are important because I may not like that stuff.
Right.
And if I don't like that stuff, I'm not gonna guide you to that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
For the next person.
Right.
Yes.
So if I know what you're looking for, and I know there's certain genetics that have these certain flavor profiles, or whatever, then that makes it easier for me to give you a strain that you're gonna like or enjoy, because I'm actually looking for things that you want.
Yes.
Not shit that I want and would just tell you because it's easy to sell because I smoke it every day.
Right.
Like people have to really understand, bud tenders cannot sell you anything based off of a fact. It has to be off of an experience. You know what I'm saying? Opinion. It can't. So they're only going to sell you experiences that they've had themselves. Excuse me. That they've had themselves, or that a coworker has had that they've heard. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll even take other customers' experiences and sell you an experience that way.
That's right.
But it's always an experience that you're being sold. So they're literally taking what you're telling them and analyzing it and going in their bank of like all these different experiences that they've heard about and done and had and whatnot. And they're like, oh, this one right here. This is the experience that you're looking for. Right here. And then they're going to tell you about this experience and they're going to be like, look, this is the one that did it.
Yes.
And then hopefully if everything goes right, you got what you were looking for.
And you're going to come back.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes. So that's what I suggest to everybody. Like, you need to treat yourself like a pregnant woman going into
I like that.
Like a craving situation, right?
Right.
Like, and I don't mean that with no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like the analogy or the way that I kind of like just explain it to people. Like when a pregnant woman has a craving for something weird and random, it's because there's something missing in her body that her body's like, yo, we need this.
Yes.
And we know that if we give you this craving for this weird thing, you'll eat this weird thing and we'll get what we need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like look at it like that when I go into the dispensaries, because every time I go in, I'm not always attracted to the same things.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really important that I go in and I like look at it and I smell things and stuff like that. Or at least the best that I can smell things now with this whole COVID shit. Right. Because that really helps me narrow down the ones that I don't even have any interest for and the ones that I do. And a perfect example of this is, have you ever like brought some fire ass weed into a smoke situation or to your homie's house? And he was like, bruh, smell this shit. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then he smells it. And what the fuck is this?
Fuck is this?
Fucking
so disappointing.
garbage.
Give me my shit.
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Like that's the perfect example
Yeah.
of that. Like, why is that? Like, why would we, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, why would this smell be so good to this person and not to that person? It's because our bodies are telling us we
different.
don't want what's
Yeah.
in that strain.
Right.
You know, that your body might be telling you that, but mine ain't, you know? So like we're just different. So you got to listen to yourself.
Right.
Don't listen to everyone else.
You got to form your own opinion.
Yeah,
folks.
exactly.
Yeah.
Take what other people say with a grain of salt, and you know, do you.
That's right.
That's really what it comes down to, is just doing you and taking the time to R&D yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? Like
Hell
that's the unfortunate part about it, is you do have to. There is a little bit of research and development and learning curve to, like, you know, smoking
Yeah, you
and
gotta
learning
learn
what you
you're
like.
smoking and all that, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
But once you get past that learning curve, you're lit.
Yes.
Lit. You
So-
will never be disappointed.
What was probably the most common question you got working as a bud tender?
What strains got the most THC?
That's the first thing.
First thing.
That's the first thing people
That's
look
the
for.
number.
Is how strong
it is, and most people don't even understand
like-
why those numbers are irrelevant,
Exactly. People
or
need to learn how to
relevant.
read the labels.
bruh. And or just go do research and understand that those tests only test for activated THC
Right.
on the bud, and there's a whole bunch of unactivated THC in the form of THCA that is yet to be activated and, you know, ready to get you high.
That's right.
So that's why all these those lower testing strains, they get looked over, but a lot of the time those be the ones that be having like that secret hit of just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, them highs
Where
that
this
just
shit
be
come from.
you unlock when
Yeah.
you start smoking. It's
Yes.
like a secret
Yes.
level and shit.
Facts.
So yeah, I don't listen to THC numbers, but that was the most relevant question. What do you got that's got the most THC? Like they wouldn't even
That's
care what it
fucking- that's
was.
crazy.
It didn't matter if it was indica sativa. Some people would differentiate and be like, oh, I want the highest sativa THC or highest indica THC.
Right.
Well, but for the most part, I'd say the most generalized question was just what's the most THC, and then they would just buy that.
Yeah.
And then the second
No other question.
No. That was
crazy.
it. The second question that would be most asked was what was the best strain on sale?
So they need the bargain too.
Yeah, they want
the strongest thing and the
strongest
bargain.
thing on sale. Yeah, that was the other.
I've been
question.
there, but god damn it.
So, you know,
I get it.
That was what it was, especially on the rec side. The med side, the questions are a little bit different because they get obviously higher dosage
Right.
stuff, so they're not worried about the dosing stuff.
What are they looking for?
Honestly, the med side, there wasn't a whole lot of like questions that were just like, oh my God, this is a question that everyone asks.
Right.
Because everyone on the med side, you get one of two people on the med side.
Okay.
You get the person who actually has a medical condition and actually, you know,
Medicinal uses.
right.
Yep.
Then you get the pack boy.
Right.
Those are the only two people that
Right.
you have on the medical side. There's no reason for anyone that is just a regular average smoker, or even like myself, who's an everyday smoker, to get a medical card.
Right.
It just does. I mean, it's a discount card at this point, unless you have a real medical condition, because you can get way better selection most of the time on the rec side. So for a connoisseur like myself, going to the med side is only convenient for if I'm looking for bulk on a discount.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, in my opinion, that's only a bulk on the discount only makes sense for someone who, one, has a lot of money to be able to do
Just to
that,
go blow.
just to go
Yep.
blow it.
Yep.
And they, you know, they have no ill intention. They just like to have an abundance of shit.
Right.
Or it's the person who is really using it for medical use, and their dosage are so
to be
high
high.
now that they need a bulk
Right.
discount situation. But me, like I'm a connoisseur smoker, but I don't have the money to just justify buying crazy amounts of weed. But I'd rather have selection. You know, like if I'm
Right.
gonna spend my money, I'd rather go get what I want and
Quality.
not be, you know, bound by like 7-8 strains on the medical side, because that's not that dispensary's focus no more.
Right.
Which is the case in a lot of places. Like most of the medical dispensaries are starting to fall off with consistency or even what they're offering, just because there's no money on that side from their standpoint, from a business perspective. And then on top of it, you know, like you don't have as many people to sell to on the medical side because there's not that many people
Not
with a
everyone's
medical
looking
card
for
anymore.
that. Yeah.
So like I know especially when you have so many people in the industry, like employee discounts a lot of the time end up trumping those, you know, medical card discounts. So, you know, and that was my reason for ultimately getting rid of mine, because I was in the industry and I still, you know, essentially am. So like, I get great discounts and employee pricing and shit like that. So yeah, but those were the medical situations, because there wasn't a whole, like I said, not a whole lot of questions. Like,
Not at all.
you're just coming in to either get your packs to go do what you're about to do, or
the strongest shit you got.
yeah, or you need some crazy shit because you're really going through it in life. So yeah,
Educate yourself, people.
Yep, that's all it is. You gotta just have fun, educate yourself, and you know, remember to always live yourself. Live yourself. See, that's some high shit. It's early. But yeah, man, I love you guys. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here and catch you guys in the next one. We'll see you tomorrow when we sit down in our fancy robes again.
Yes, sir.
You know, I forgot my coffee today, too. See, that's what's throwing me off, bro. That's what's throwing me off.
There it is.
I forgot my coffee, dog. So I'm still a little like... You know what I mean?
Snoring.
Yeah, but my brain ain't woke up enough. But I'm gonna catch y'all later. I love you. Always remember to live life high. There is no me without you. Shout out to all the sponsors. You have a good rest of your day, Eric. I'll catch y'all later.
Too,
Peace.